Elite Facts presents
10 things McDonald's doesn't want you to know.
10.
Open on Christmas Day. Now, this one is actually pretty disgusting to think about. Nobody should be forced to work on Christmas Day, but it seems like this is a common thing that happens every year. In the past few years, McDonald's has encouraged its franchises to stay open on Christmas Day. Of course, this means that workers have to spend their holiday away from their families and friends, but hey, at least that giant corporation gets to make more money. Even then, that's debatable, as it's kind of hard to believe that someone would actually go to McDonald's on Christmas Day for a meal. Anyway, if you thought working on a national holiday was bad, try working on that day and not getting paid. In 2012, it was also reported that workers didn't get paid overtime for having to work on Christmas. So in addition to the fact that McDonald's employees rarely get paid fairly, some of them now have to work on Christmas Day for the same pay they get throughout the year.
9.
Healthy options are actually worse for you. Okay, so on paper, ordering a salad from McDonald's sounds like a healthy alternative to the greasy Big Mac. I mean, how could you possibly mess up a salad? Well, as it turns out, their healthy menu is just as bad, if not worse, than their regular fast food menu. The chicken kale Caesar salad, for example, clocks in at a cool 730 calories, 53 grams of fat, and 1,400 milligrams of sodium. Numbers that absolutely should not be attached to a bunch of leaves and tomatoes. Now let's compare it to one of McDonald's most popular fast food items, a double Big Mac. 608 calories and 1,340 milligrams of sodium, meaning they're pushing a quote-unquote healthy salad that's unhealthier than their unhealthiest piece of cow. But hey, if you want to cut 200 calories off of that McSalad, you can always just skip on the dressing. So now it's only unhealthier than a single Big Mac and doesn't taste nearly as good as it did before. Small victories are still victories. For the breakfast crowd, McDonald's oatmeal has got you covered, and Hornswoggle. Thanks to fun additives like cream, natural flavor, and sugar, the McOatmeal clocks in at 290 calories and 32 grams of sugar. You would literally do better by pouring a bunch of M&Ms and milk in a bowl and claiming that it's cereal. No, we're serious. For example, a regular-sized Snickers bar only has 208 calories and 30 grams of sugar. Snickers is healthier than McDonald's salads and oatmeal. Why isn't Mr. T smashing through walls in his tank to promote this?
8.
Drive-thru is their top priority. Okay, so let's talk out a scenario. Let's say that there's only one more McRib left in the store. You go to the counter to order that final rare luxury. At the same time, someone pulls up to the drive-thru and is also wanting the rare and elusive McRib. And there being only one left, who do you think's going to get it? You, because you got there first? Nope, the guy at the drive-thru is going to get it. The reason for people in the drive-thru being top priority is because they don't have time to wait around. You made the mistake of going into the store, so to the employees, they think you can wait since you're actually in the store. And don't even think about walking through the drive-thru. There's weight sensors that let the employees know whether it's a vehicle pulling up to the drive-thru or someone who's trying to cheat the system by walking around.
7.
Child marketing. Yep, blame McDonald's for making your children spoiled brats who scream at the TV saying, "I want it!" Most of us have had a Happy Meal or two in our lives. That's largely because McDonald's specifically targets children when marketing the restaurant. Sure, in recent years, commercials for the restaurant feature children eating the healthier selections at McDonald's, such as milk or apple slices, but it's still pretty underhanded to appeal to children, who will likely become lifelong customers of McDonald's. Back in 2004, the Golden Arches got a lot of criticism for this, mostly because of the documentary that aired at the time, appropriately titled Super Size Me. It's no surprise that eating at McDonald's often can lead to serious health problems such as obesity and high blood pressure. This actually leads into our next point.
6.
They turn a blind eye at childhood obesity. Okay, so it's pretty much obvious that McDonald's is quite a big factor when it comes to childhood obesity in the U.S. and, well, all over the world. There have long been accusations that the fast food chain has a huge impact on the overall weight and health of children, but the restaurant refuses to directly acknowledge this. Instead, it has offered healthier options for children like juice instead of soda and fresh fruit instead of French fries. However, if we're being brutally honest, they could do a better job of making these wholesome choices more appealing to children. Also, as we previously stated, the healthy option isn't always the healthy option, given what McDonald's does to salads and oatmeal. Completely disregarding its role in childhood obesity isn't exactly noble either.
5,
The McLobster? Yeah, it actually exists. But before we get into the weird stuff, let's talk about Ronald McDonald's most established products. McDonald's is known for its classics like the Quarter Pounder, Chicken McNuggets, and the rare and elusive McRib. Seriously, this is probably the only good thing on the menu, and it ain't even permanent. However, there are some other products the restaurant tried to sell the public on that didn't go over well at all. The McDLT was criticized for not having environmentally friendly packaging. I mean, look at it. Are 2 compartments really necessary? The styrofoam packaging for the McDLT sandwich was meant to keep the lettuce and tomatoes on the sandwich cold while the sandwich stayed hot. And don't even get us started on the McLobster. This product just came across as gross to most consumers. This was supposed to be Ronald McDonald's version of the lobster roll. Because of this failure, it's sort of confirmed that people just don't want to get high-quality seafood from a fast food chain.
4,
Asking for no-salt fries will make you enemy number 1. First of all, who's asking employees to not include salt on their fries? That's like one of the few good things McDonald's can do right. So basically, if you ask the employees for saltless fries, they have to cook a new batch of fries just for you. Each batch of fries usually takes just over 3 minutes, which is basically like next week delivery in fast food time. Because of this special request, the employee needs to clean the fry station and the fry scoop and then remember which order they were for. Seriously, if you don't want salt, then McDonald's is probably not the place for you.
3,
Double Big Mac cheap. Well, almost. Okay, so if you love the Big Mac, you might want to listen to this little hack you can do to get a double Big Mac. The McDouble is basically identical to a Big Mac except for the fact that it's a little bit smaller and it has mustard and ketchup instead of lettuce and mac sauce. So order 2 McDoubles, which are usually just a couple of bucks, with those substitutions and you'll get 2 for less than the price of a Big Mac. Seems like a good idea to me.
2,
McCoffee will McHurt. In 1992, a 79-year-old customer by the name of Stella Liebeck sustained some pretty serious injuries after she spilled a cup of McDonald's coffee on herself. Now, the story is pretty well known as it's pretty much the reason as to why we see all of those warning labels on hot drinks from various fast food joints. This was one of the biggest scandals in the history of the fast food chain. Liebeck had third-degree burns as a result of the coffee accident and was eventually awarded a little less than $500,000 for her injuries. Now, you'd think that would be a one-and-done sort of situation with McDonald's in terms of getting sued over piping hot coffee. Well, not exactly. Other hot coffee lawsuits have also plagued McDonald's since then. We're guessing people heard about Liebeck's big payday and figured they'd give the whole pressing charges thing a shot. This is also an indication that the coffee at McDonald's is very hot, so it's best to be really careful if that's where you go to get your morning cup of joe.
1,
All meat is blended. Okay, let's end off on something that's pretty obvious yet still noteworthy. McDonald's store signs claim billions and billions served, which means the number of burgers sold as much as it does the customers who have eaten those burgers. To serve that many burgers, McDonald's has to prepare an incredibly high volume of cattle in incredibly large and sophisticated meat processing facilities. McDonald's calls this burger creation the blending process. This is where so many cows are processed through these facilities only to later be blended up together. Their meat gets mixed together and then formed into patties, but it's done so haphazardly that a single beef patty may contain the meat of up to 100 different cows. Suddenly, I never want to go to McDonald's again. Blended meat? That's pretty nasty. And that's our list. Did we leave any out that you know about? Let us know in the comments below, and please remember to subscribe and tap the bell button to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.